What's up, guys? About a year ago, I got this special edition of Loop 8 Summer of Gods. This is something I played during the summer. It's called Summer of Gods, Loop 8 Summer of Gods, and I played it during the summer. And it greatly disappointed me. Something ruined the game for me. So I decided to do an unboxing today of this game because I don't know, I haven't played this in like a year, like 7-8 months, I don't know, but I was looking at it and I was like, hey, I don't get to talk about this game often. So this is the Celestial Edition on the PlayStation 4. I think there's the same special edition is available on the Switch. I'm not making publicity to this game, you know. I actually would advise you not to buy this game because it had everything to be great and a couple of things ruined it. I reviewed this game and there's a video called Top 10 Great JRPGs with a Fatal Flaw. Go check it out. So I'm just gonna do an unboxing while people join and start asking their goddamn questions. What's up, guys? This is published by Marvelous, more likely by Exit Games. What the fuck is this? Original Emma? It's just a cardboard piece with this fucker, you know? I hate this fucking piece of shit. I hate this guy. This character appears often, you know, with a really annoying voice to increase some of your stats or your relationships with the characters whenever you achieve a conversation or whatever, you know. And wherever you find something in the altars, this little fucker appears, man. I mean, they were going for the cute little mascot. I hate this fucking character, man. The game has a manual.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, cool. Has a reversible cover, you know. It's kind of like a wallpaper. The cover of the game, and there's this. It's kind of like a wallpaper, you know. A very rectangular wallpaper. Yeah, I got this like about a year ago. It was a gift from a fan. And I never did an unboxing anywhere, so I was like, you know. Oh, look at this. This is Tales from Ashihara. So it isn't a manual, it's a short story. Maybe for you to understand a little bit more of the story and shit, because this is a very confusing game. You play it and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? You know, who are these characters? What's going on? So this maybe helps you understand. Has the portraits of all of the characters. You know. Most of them are playable. Ichika is one of my favorites. She's canon waifu. But my true waifu is Teruko Oyama. Yeah, anyway, it's like basically a short story or something. It's $4.99 on the PlayStation Store. I'm not advertising this game, you know. I advise you not to play it. It's not a great game, you know. I don't know what the complaints are. This is a sealed original soundtrack. You know. Not even waifus can save this game. For the people who have played it, what's your opinion? You know, what do you think killed it? I have my opinion. I made a review of this game, like I said, a long time ago, 8-10 months ago, in a video called Top 10 Great JRPGs with a Fatal Flaw. I don't know what the fuck is this, though. Some kind of scroll. I'm the kind of guy who never opens anything. Soundtrack is sealed. I'm gonna leave it intact. Same here. I'm not opening this. And then there's the art book, I guess. Has Ichika in there, sitting on a bus stop or on a bench. I don't fucking know. What's up, guys? They didn't release physical copies on Europe? Wow, really? Oh, he's like kind of almost hardcover, you know. It's great. Yeah, so The monster design. No one cares about the monster design. Only other designers care about that. I want to see the characters, the girls, the ladies. That's what art books are for. For the ladies. Nobody cares about the monster design or the wallpapers of the backgrounds. Nobody fucking cares about that. This is what people care about. The girls. I hate this annoying bitch, man. She's a useful party member, but man, she's... Damn it. Oh, Time and Eternity is a million miles worse than this, man. This had potential. This could have been a great fucking game, I was really enjoying it until I realized it was basically a roguelike. Not in the sense of randomly generated dungeons, not in the sense of you moving the enemy moves. No, more like in the sense that if you die, you go back to level 1. In that sense, the guys, no one cares about the guys. No more guys, nobody fucking cares. Oh, there we go. Terasu next to the woke girl. Spoiler, she has 2 dads. They never appear, but it is mentioned. But Terasu here should have been the main character. She's the best fucking character in the game. And there's more outfits? More wallpapers. More stuff. And then, the scenery. Nobody fucking cares about that. Something's happening here. I don't even know what. Don't you hate some special edition games only have a digital code instead of the disc? Really? I don't have a single one of those, but I've heard about some games with that problem, Yeah. Anyway, that's my unboxing of a game that I got about a year ago or so. It was a gift from a fan. Thank you, Matt, for sending this to me a year ago. I never showed it. Now I showed it. It could have been a great game, but it was ruined by the loop. It's in the name of the game, Loop 8. It was ruined by the loop mechanic. So that's Loop 8. Yeah. Don't waste your time. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to recommend this game, I can't recommend it. I still give it a 7.6, I think, in my blog, which is still, acceptable. But if you play this game, eventually you're gonna encounter the same fucking problem. You're 10 hours in, and all of a sudden, you need to restart the whole fucking game. Because the boss is too strong, so if you restart the whole fucking game, you'll train more, and come on, it ruined the game. So that's Loop 8, and fuck this guy. So welcome everybody, what's up? Is Memoir in Celceta confirmed? Oh, Memories of Celceta for Switch, it wasn't available for Switch. I didn't know that, Okay, I guess it's cool it's coming to Switch. It's probably going to be censored by Nintendo of America because in the past few months they have become the worst fucking video game company in the world apparently. I don't know what the hell is going on. They have gone fully fucking woke, or I don't even know, not even that. More like fucking mental, Fucking ridiculous. No, worse than that. I just offended everybody with a mental illness. No. Nintendo of America is like way below nowadays. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's like they want to release everything and then... I don't know. I don't fucking know. Fuck you, Nintendo of America. Fuck those guys. The gameplay's automatic? What are you talking about? You've seen nothing. Watch my review. I am never going to open the Aigis figurine. I don't open anything. Anyway, what's up, guys? Any opinions on Tides of Annihilation? I don't know what the fuck that is, dude. Do you regret buying a PS5 or was it worth it? I didn't buy it. This was a gift from a fan. Yeah, I wasn't going to buy it. And if today I didn't have a PS5, I still wouldn't buy it. It's super expensive. It's not worth it. 9 out of 10 games you can find them on PS4. There's barely any advantage to own a PS5 in my opinion. Stick to PS4, I say, had I bought a PS5 with my own money, I would have regretted this. And I told everybody. I told the guy who donated the money for this game, for this console, I told him, I just, dude, I'm not interested in a PS5, but he insisted, so it is there. The one thing I appreciate a lot is that the PS4 that I have captures gameplay footage at 720p, 30 frames per second, which is why a lot of my videos and a lot of my reviews, the footage you saw in the video was at that resolution and at that frame rate. I always kind of resented that, but then the PS5 records and captures at 1080p 60 frames per second, so that's an upgrade. So maybe as a reviewer, as a content creator, YouTuber, I don't fucking know, content creator, no matter the platform, Twitch, it is a good idea to have one, but again, it's been 4 or 5 years since its release and the price is still the same. It doesn't go down, it doesn't drop. I mean, it's just bullshit, man. The fact that the PS5 isn't affordable ruins it. We don't even need to talk about anything else. Forget about all the defects or all the ups and downs or all the highlights, all the negative and positive things about the PS5. Forget about all of that. The price ruins it. It ruins it. Have you tried 20 Hz TVs or monitors? No. I'm not really that knowledgeable in that. I have that fucking TV. I don't even know how many Hz it has. I have no idea. I don't know if I don't know, man. PS2 or Switch for collecting JRPGs? I'd say PS2 because, as you probably saw in my video from like 3-4 weeks ago, there's still a lot of JRPGs on it that are still kind of affordable. And most of the rare ones are not that expensive yet, Sure, you got your Xenosaga 3 at $200, that's fucking insane. You got, I don't know, Steamboat Chronicles for $150, there's just a very specific bunch PS2 JRPGs, that are still like $100 and something, But I'd say about 80% or more, 90% PS2 JRPGs are still below the $100 range. So, yeah. Whereas the Switch, okay, most of them are fucking 40, and they never drop, But my problem with the Switch is that there's barely anything exclusive except for first-party games like Xenoblade, Fire Emblem, Mario, And my second problem is that, well, all of the games, the Switch version is the worst version. It's usually, there are some exceptions, but the Switch version is usually the worst fucking version in terms of performance, quality, content even, sometimes. And nowadays apparently censorship. Death and Request, the upcoming game, it's gonna be censored on Switch and not on PS5 or PS4, which is fucking weird, So yeah, PS2 all the way, man. PS4 refuses to die. Yeah, man, it came out, in like December of 2012 or 2013? Was it 2013? I think it was 2013, right? Came at the very end of 2013, so it's been 12 years and they are still releasing games for it. Probably because the console was super successful, just like the Switch. A very successful console. PS5 is like, I see PS5 as the worst PlayStation console of all time, to be honest. Not that it's a bad console, it's just, no. I think this is gonna be I've been saying this for years, I think this is gonna be the last year for the PlayStation 4. I think starting 2026, Sony is gonna be like, no, you cannot release your game on PS4. It's over, it's dead, we're focusing 100% on the PS5. Which is basically halfway through its lifespan already. A little bit over 4 years, right? So, I'm pretty sure I've been saying this for years. Since 2020, I predicted that 2025 was going to be the last year of PS4, and I'm still pretty sure about that. I could be wrong, though. The PS4 could go on for a couple of more years, I don't know. But, I think this is it. This is gonna be the last year. 2026 is gonna be, Sony's gonna be like, no, fuck no, PS5 only or GTFO. Which of your own videos is your favorite? I get that question every now and then, and I can't never answer it. I can never answer it, you know, because I've done so many. According to my, if you go to my channel right now, it's gonna say that I have 1,500 videos. Of course, half of those videos are live streams, but that means the other half is like at least 700 regular videos, you know. So, dude, really gonna make me choose between 700 videos? But every time I get that question, I say that some of my favorite videos used to be the 10 things you didn't know about series. I used to have a lot of fun doing the research, finding out certain facts and trivia and gruesome and stuff, strange stuff about the JRPGs, you know, that I played. Finding out their history, their development, all of that, you know. I used to love those videos, you know. Unfortunately, the series failed miserably, super hard. The last couple of episodes, the last 3 episodes, wow, they were a massive failure, man. So I killed the series. But that used to be, that's some of the best videos that I've done and some of my personal favorites, you know. And of course, I have a lot of top 10s that are my favorites, you know, but you get the idea. I mean, 700 videos, man. I don't think I can choose. PS4 is retro now. No, it's not. I think the PS4 is not being manufactured anymore. That's right. Probably. I don't know. I don't know about that. You know, I think the same. When does a console become retro? When does a console become retro? When is it right to call something retro? Well, for starters, the term retro is misapplied. Retro is actually all of those games that you are seeing nowadays that resemble old games, old game engines, you know? All those indies that look 8-bit, 16-bit, those are the true retro games. You know, but the definition of the word has been a little bit altered, and for several years and even decades, you know, people have referred to something retro as something old, you know. So, and that's when it starts kind of being divided into perspectives, you know, yeah, you know what I mean, brought down into perspectives, you know, segmented into different points of views. Everybody has a different opinion. So because the term retro doesn't have an exact definition, and the Urban Dictionary says, well, we already know that it's something old, you know, it's up to us to decide, I guess, what's retro and what's not. A lot of people think that 10 years old is retro. I disagree with that, because something 10 years ago still feels modern. Whether it's music, movies, you know, video games, a lot of entertainment, you know, from 10 years ago still feels pretty fresh. I mean, if you watch a show from like 10 years ago, you can tell the differences, because 10 years ago it was like pre all the fucking horrible things that we've been living through for the past 5 years or so, you know. Pre-DI, pre-wokeness, pre-COVID-19, pre-social division, pre-a lot of stuff, you know. Pre-DLC craziness. DLC has been there since like 2006 or 7, I think, you know, but it wasn't that huge like it is nowadays. Pre-gacha games, I think. But, yeah, I mean, you watch a show and there's some things about politics or about society, about phones. You see people with like Blackberries and Nokias, you know, and they were like, oh man, that's kind of retro, you know. And the show is barely 10 years old, but so to each their own. To me, I'd say it's like 20 years old when it comes to certain things. But when it comes to consoles, it depends on how you feel about them. For example, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, I don't feel them as retro nowadays. Not yet, they're getting there. The Nintendo Wii is the one that's actually starting to feel kinda retro, you know? PSP and Nintendo DS feel retro, even though it's basically almost the same generation as those consoles that I just mentioned. But PSP feels retro already because of the graphics, because of the controls, the gameplay mechanics, everything, you know. The visuals, the polygons, a crap ton of PSP games were still being developed with polygons instead of 3D models, you know. Nintendo DS, dude, it feels very retro now. You play any Nintendo DS games and you see the sprites of it. You still see sprites, you still see very small 3D models or polygons again, you know. So Nintendo DS and PSP, in my opinion, is like retro. That's retro already. PS2, GameCube, that's retro. But PS3 and 360, that's where I draw the line. Maybe in a couple of years they will be retro, but nowadays they aren't quite there in my book. If they feel retro to you, then that's cool. You know, they don't feel quite retro to me. That's just my opinion. Are dungeon crawlers in third person dying? I have no clue. They were very popular during the PS Vita era. And the PS Vita got a lot of them. The PS4, Switch got a lot of them. PC, Steam, you know. I think they're still being released. I don't think they're dying though. You should check the new Chinese AAA games, Lost Soul Aside. Okay. Vintage is a better term, probably. Oh yeah, Ties of Annihilation, okay. Many people love it from all the footage shown. There are still woke idiots online calling people gooners. So Tales of Annihilation is pissing off the wokies? That's great, now I'm interested. What are my favorite mechanics in an RPG? I've done videos about that, Vicente. I usually can tell an older show mostly by vehicles. Oh, interesting. I mean, it's kind of hard. Nowadays, everything is on stream. You know, fucking companies, Amazon, Netflix, Roku, Paramount Plus, stuff like that, you know. So you can see right there the year the show or the movie came out. You don't have to notice anything. You just gotta see, oh, this is a show from 2010. Oh, okay. So now you know. I think retro became like indie. Okay, it lost a bit of its meaning when people make new games like retro ones, the same way as popular million-seller bands made songs like indie artists. And that was a problem. When it comes to the term indie, that's another word that nobody understands. There's no true objective meaning to it, you know, everybody has a different meaning of that. To me, indie means two things, you know, when it comes to music, when it comes to art, entertainment, it's pretty much something done independently. You didn't have a big studio or a renowned studio or something backing you up, you know? So it's indie. You did it with your own resources. Hell, even games like Bloodstained or Eiyuden Chronicle, they were planned independently, but they weren't developed independently because millions of people, I mean, they got millions of dollars, right? A lot of people backed them up. But some of them are still kind of indies. That's... Man, it's just... That term, like you say, it's been lost, kind of like distorted, you know? So it's kind of hard to say, hey, so it's... Anything with a Kickstarter, is it indie? It's being backed by people. People are paying for it, so it's not being done independently. Independently, it's something you just... Like my books, for example. I pay for everything. Nobody paid me. You know, I paid the fucking artist who drew the cover. You know, I wrote the book. I paid for the rights, for the copyright. I paid for the printing rights. I paid for everything. So I'm an independent author, right? But what about something like the developers of Eiyuden Chronicle or Bloodstained, all of those fucking games, you know, like, are they really indies when they have a lot of people paying for it? They're using that money, you know? That's when I don't know, man. And I've covered indie RPGs before and called them indies when I knew for a fact they were created thanks to a Kickstarter or Indiegogo or something. You know, hell, the name is there, Indiegogo, you know. So that's when I don't understand, like, man, is this really indie or not? I don't know. When it comes to music, indie was created as a term during the 80s for the same purposes. Bands that weren't signed to major labels, you know, they were signed to small labels or they weren't signed at all and they just published everything independently. But then it became its own music genre. And what is that? It's kind of like Sonic Youth, you know, that's The music is alternative rock, but not that heavy. Not really leaning to metal, not really leaning to pop music, you know, it's kind of like in the middle, but it's not too heavy, because then grunge came out, and that's a conversation for another time. It's complicated. You know Valentine's Day is gone. Yeah, that was 2 days ago. Pretty sure a lot of people like me spend it alone. What is your top 5 JRPG love stories? I have done JRPG couples on my second channel, I think. But my favorite JRPG love stories, Odin Sphere. I mean, 4 of the 5 main characters are basically a couple, you know. You got 2 couples in there, and really well developed romance in there. I think Odin Sphere will probably be my top 1 or 2, you know. Chrono Cross, I could say Chrono Cross, but it isn't 100% a love story. It's more about, you know, partnership and friendship between Keith and Serge. There are hints, you know, throughout the game, but at the same time, not really. I can't explain much more than that because to avoid spoilers, but let's leave it at that. I mean, it's a good love story, and it hits hard once you see the ending, but leave it at that. Man, there's a lot. It's actually rare to find a JRPG with no love story in the middle, you know. I mean, sure, you got some, like, I don't know, fucking Dragon Quest 11. There's nothing. I mean, if you think there's something going on between the protagonist and the girls, no, there's never any hint whatsoever, you know. I don't know. I will have to really think hard about this, you know. Please don't say Final Fantasy VIII. I will say Final Fantasy IX. Especially because of the ending, you know. Oh boy, that ending. Final Fantasy IX. Anyway, what else? Dude, there's gotta be more. How about Valkyrie Profile? The first one. The second one, not so much. Like, there was something building between Rufus and Alicia, but then not really. But the first one, I mean, it's crystal clear. Lenneth and Lucian are a couple, right? And then if you get the true ending, I'm not gonna spoil, but there you go. That's a really. It's not one of the best love stories in a JRPG, but it's pretty cool, you know, how it was handled in a mature way. Valkyrie Profile, definitely a great love story. Oh man, how many have I got? Like 4? Right? Can I say Trails of Cold Steel? You can romance all the girls in there. But you know what I like? I really like the romance between Rin Schwarzer and Laura. It's just the perfect romance. It makes perfect fucking sense. Obviously, a lot of you have differences of opinion, have your own waifus, your own favorite girls to marry, to bond Rin with, you know, but it's just Rin and Laura, it's a perfect couple, man. They have everything in common. It's just, come on. And once during Cold Steel 3 and 4, they kind of give you this mom and dad feel. I don't fucking know. I'm weird. I know I'm fucking weird, but I don't know. I have a soft spot for that couple, you know. I needed to bring it up. But it's not really a love story because you can just romance with everybody in there, you know. It's just, it can't really count as a love story unless you make it a love story, you know. Because you can beat those games without romancing anybody, you know. So there's no predetermined love story. Well, there's this bizarre love triangle in Tales of Legendia between Senel, Shirley, and Chloe. I don't know if that counts. Probably not. Because it's, I mean, I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but it's like, no. Oh man. So if I had to choose one more, Knights of Azure. Oh man. I'm thinking, okay? Fucking thinking. Is this Round of Swords? Is this fucking Round of Swords? God damn it. mean, I think there's a lot right now in my head, but I'm like, no, not that one, not that one. Fuck it, you know, Estelle and Joshua from Trails in the Sky. I mean, the whole trilogy, half of the plot is that. The romance between the two and how they come to love each other and realize they're in love with each other, and then, you know, yeah, why didn't I think of that before? Trails in the Sky, that's a great love story. Good question, man. That's my top 5 love stories in JRPGs. This was a gift from a fan, and I did an unboxing about half an hour ago. This was like fucking a year ago or so. Did you pay for a sensitivity reader? Fuck is that? What makes you think I'm gonna pay for that? Somebody should pay me to, you know, slap those motherfuckers. No, actually, no, Donsk. Or are you talking about the fucking magical looking girl? What's her name? Nadia? Are you talking about Nadia? That's your new waifu? Who the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what who you're talking about, Donsk. Come on, there's like a million characters in that game. Can you blame me? Tales of Grace's honorable mention. What are my favorite Final Fantasy games? 6, 7, and 9. Are you going to play Trails through the... No. What makes you think I'm gonna play through that piece of shit? I put almost 20 hours in the first one. Can you believe that? And I want to shoot myself, you know? Fucking Nice America. Somebody should put those fuckers in jail. They belong in prison, man. Yuna and Tidus? Well, okay. Have you tried any mods for RPGs? I've tried some... mods. Okay. There's a thin line between mods and hacks. You know, I've tried a lot of hacks, but mods, like the same game with some mods, not really. I've never played a single one of those. Are you recommending a Souls-like to me? Even though you're fully aware I'm not really into Souls-like games? What about Crisis Core? What about it? How long have you been single, Eric? My whole life. Since I was a baby. Hahaha. My favorite Suikoden 2 party? Good question. Obviously, the protagonist needs to be there, so I only have 5 party members to choose. I've beaten that game 3 times, and Sierra, she's my favorite character in the game. Sierra, Lady Sierra. She was there, my final party, all 3 times, you know. And then... no spoilers, but Nanami on 2 occasions. Not in the first occasion, for spoiler reasons, you know. But in my other 2 playthroughs, she was in my final party. I can't resist her. She's a stupid, annoying character that little by little grows on you. And I love the combo she has with the main character, you know, it's pretty useful. Once you run out of magic in the final boss, I mean, that's all you got. The combo between these 2 guys, you know. If you train them well and you have their weapons maxed out or really high level, you know, in the blacksmith, they do a lot of damage with the combo. So Nanami. And for the other 2, for the other party members in there, I usually switch a little bit. I've gotten Pesmerga, which is fucking great fucking character. Pesmerga. George, one of the main characters of Suikoden 5. He's in Suikoden 2, he's a recruitable character. He gets no story though, but you can recruit the guy. And he's a powerhouse as well. I think the first time I beat the game was... wait, Victor and Flick, aren't they like forced into your party? Oh, is that in the first game? Oh my god. There's on either Suikoden 1 or 2, Flick and Victor are forced into your party, right? Which is it? I don't remember. But anyway, what was the mage? The traveling dancer, Rina? Was it Rina? Great fucking mage. She was in my final party on my first playthrough. She wasn't anymore in the others, you know, but in my first playthrough, she was there. Very useful character, Rina. Victor and Flick are in Suikoden 1. They're also in Suikoden 2. But they are forced into your party on Suikoden 1. Okay, so not in the second one, right? I think in one of my 3 playthroughs of Suikoden 2, Victor and Flick were in my final party, you know. Oh, the dog, Shiro. I don't think Shiro was in the last time I beat the game, but in the first 2 playthroughs of Suikoden 2, Shiro was in the fucking wolf, you know. Great character. If you equip Shiro with the double rune that attacks twice, and he's a critical master, man. Ooh, dude, great character. Yeah, so that's usually my final party, you know, in Suikoden 2. Something between those characters that I just mentioned, you know. Clive? I've used Clive, he's pretty useful, but not really, you know. Yeah, George, man, great fucking game. Ooh, I wish that was true, Jams. I wish that was true. No girls hit on me, man. They don't like guys like me. Do you prefer sympathetic or a pure evil villain? I'm down with both, you know. I'm okay with both. Whatever the writers decide, I'm okay with both. What does Rina do with that guard? What? Is that a joke? I don't get it. Favorite Game Boy Advance JRPG? Really? This. I'll show you my favorite, man. Don't worry. My number 1. I'll show it to you. Like, it should be fucking obvious at this point, you know, but I'll show it to you. This fucking masterpiece. This fucking masterpiece, man. Masterpiece. Strongly recommended. You probably see me covering this game a million times. I recommend it at every opportunity that I get, you know. Hey everybody, this is a top 10 PS2 JRPGs, and at the end, you know, but just in case you're also interested in the Game Boy Advance, Blake Shining Soul, excellent. You guys really don't know which is my favorite? Are you fucking kidding me? Please, someone make my day and mention it for me. My real favorite JRPG on the Game Boy Advance. How come you guys don't fucking know? It's kind of insulting, you know? Can you please don't compare Shining Force Exile with Shining Soul? I know the book is a problem for Cyril, you know, but no, man. Don't make that comparison ever again. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Glad to know someone knows. Fox die. What kind of question is that? The bank owns everything, always. That's the same no matter where you live. It owns you for 10, 15, 20 years until you pay for your mortgage. You don't own anything, man. If you think the United States of America is the only country with that problem, no. We have that problem everywhere else in the entire world. You own nothing until you spend half of your life paying for it. Oh, you changed your name. Okay, Fox Die. You make Foxhound great again, right? Okay. The character from Metal Gear, right? You should make a video about JRPGs that didn't make America. Haven't I already done like 20 fucking videos on that? United States has an orange problem right now? What? Would you rather have well, that's if I say it's gonna sound racist, you know. So never mind. You're an outside of the bank system. The banks are like medicine. Okay, it's the most evil fucking thing in the world. The medicine business and banks, biggest fucking evil in the whole planet. But also the biggest necessary evil in the whole planet. Unfortunately. Are there only European RPGs? Sure. You know, that would be an interesting video. I don't think a lot of people are gonna watch it though, but that would be an interesting video to put up a list with PAL-only JRPGs. You know, like Breath of Fire 3 on PSP, Tales of Eternia also on PSP, fucking Sword of Etheria, Terranigma. Maybe there's enough for a top 10, you know. But it will be hard to do, you know, this fucking loser. Oh my god. Will be hard to make a top 10 without bringing some of the bad ones, like Eternal Quest or Blaze and Blade. What do you think of 100 Line Defense Academy? Is it called Academy? Wasn't that the game being developed by the Danganronpa creators? I don't know what's that gonna be like. You know my opinion on every single modern game. Every single one of them. I don't trust a single one of them until I know for a fact they are politics free. Stellar Blade is going to be released on Steam in June. Thank goodness, you know. Maybe it'll finally go down in price. Cause god dude, it's still fucking 80. No, it went down to... Let me check. Stellar Blade. PS5. Oh no, baby. I think I saw it for $75, you know, sealed on Amazon. But right now it went back to $90. $90. $90. Great. Yeah. No, really, I'm happy it's coming to Steam because that's gonna make the PS5 version go down in price. And I'd rather own that. I know how to get by around the censorship. Play it offline. Because as soon as you insert the disc, it's probably gonna update. So turn your modem or Wi-Fi off, and then you can play Stellar Blade on PS5 with no censorship whatsoever. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I want the PS5 version because I'm a video game collector and I'd rather own a physical version of something other than a digital one, you know? But yeah, it's great news that it's finally coming to Steam, but it finally has a date. We already knew it was coming to Steam. Someone revealed that. They revealed that last year, you know? Do you think 2025 will be the true death of game journalism like IGN? No, those fucking assholes are gonna be there forever, man. I wish it was, but it's never gonna end. Wukong is politics free? Yeah, I haven't played it. I will someday. What was this? Lost Sphere? Great song. Top 5... What? 5 worst remix and remasters? Yeah, I'm not doing that because, you know, if I do that and bitch about politics, YouTube's gonna get angry at me as always. Everybody else can trash on wokeness and cancel culture, but if I do that, no, I'm fucked. Make YouTube great again. Well, you know, Google is getting there, slowly but surely. They removed the fucking Pride Month, you know, from their calendar. Little by little, guys. I'm still hopeful YouTube will be great again. Hopefully. For my sake. Hello, D Daisy. That's right, Counterspell. That's the truth right there. Steam is the way because of mods. It is, I say, for some games, you know. I'm still waiting for the Make YouTube Great Again hat. I'll get to it, don't worry. Do you think Namco Bandai will consider remastering Tales of Exilia Duology? Probably at some point. There were rumors last year, you know. $67 Canadian for the Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters. That's like 55 US dollars, isn't it? Or 50, 55. It's not that expensive for 2 games, you know, but no opinion until I know that Suikoden translations weren't altered. Will there ever be another JRPG to have the hype like Final Fantasy VII? I think there's been a lot already, you know, don't you think? You will pay 500 US dollars for a remake of Xenogears by Square Enix? You sure about that? Do you think a single waifu can make people buy a game? Sometimes, yeah. Stellar Blade says hello to you. Nier Automata, hello? What the fuck is that, Crocodile? I wrote a short story called The Lizard's Eyes, or The Eyes of the Lizard, you know, in Spanish. And I translated that little short story on Patreon. If you become a Patreon, link to my Patreon page below, you can have access to that short story in English, which is one of my most popular short stories. You also have access to Seven Shadows, the entire book. You know, that little badass blondie, you know? There you go, you can read the whole book for free if you become a Patreon, and you can also have access to that JRPG podcast. And for a little bit more, you also have access to my other podcast, which is private, called Eric Landon Uncensored. What else do you guys want? Tons of free content. Tons of exclusive content for Patreon. So, thank you, Crocodile, for that weird comment. You made me remember that I should advertise my Patreon page more, which pisses off people. Any hint if bugs were fixed in the Suikoden remake? I have no clue, man. Which JRPG good guy will be horrifying if they were evil? Silvando from Dragon Quest XI. Your thoughts on limited run games? Fuck that company. It's super woke, man. Fuck those guys. I don't want to talk about those guys. They piss me off. Oh, I misread that. You got a Radiant Dawn ROM hack. Oh, okay. I've never played one of those hacks, you know. I play a crap ton of Fire Emblem hacks from my Game Boy Advance and below that, but I've never played one on Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn. Now that I can emulate those in my computer, oh boy, maybe I'll get into those. But I need the ones that are like old, you know? Because there's been some modern Fire Emblem hacks that are like face palming, you know, like I don't want to fucking play that, you know? But the old ones. Dude, thanks for reminding me. I'm such a Fire Emblem diehard. And I love hacks. I played a crap ton of Fire Emblem hacks. But all of them are from like the Game Boy Advance era and below. Never played one for GameCube or Wii. That's great. Best Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy 9, of course. What kind of question is that? 9, all the way, forever and always. Okay, Eka. Most recent non-JRPG game you played? Well, I beat Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 2 after a million years. I beat the shit out of that game when I was a little kid. That fucking game was my childhood. Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 2 on Game Boy. And I beat it a few days ago. Again. And it felt great. I got super fucking nostalgic, man. And then I was playing another one called Arquista. It's on the NES. I made it all the way to stage 15. I don't know how many stages it's got, but I put like half an hour into it, you know. Arquistas. Come on, it's let me. Arquista's Ring on the NES. Arquista's Ring on the NES. Great game. It's not that great, you know, but it's really fun. I liked it a lot. I haven't beaten it though. So that's the last non-JRPG that I played actually. That was just a few days ago. And JRPG I'm still playing. I was playing this morning Dragon Force. Do you think I don't know about Final Fantasy Tactics on PSP? Seriously? What makes you think I don't know about that game? Which games have I played over and over again and that I never get tired of playing? Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle. All of them, all three of them, you know. Though I haven't touched the third one in a while and I haven't beaten it, but the first two, I can play them any fucking day and never get tired. Super Mario World, Chrono Cross, Heritage of War, you know, Valkyrie Profile 2, and some of my favorites, you know, I never get tired. I can put them right fucking now and I'll have a blast. Most of the Fire Emblem games. Can play right now anything from like the Nintendo DS era, Wii era and below and have a fucking blast, you know. Okay, Praetor, then that's basically a mod. I was saying before that there's like a small line between a mod and a hack, you know? They are basically the same thing, you know, but we usually refer to hacks as people hacked the entire game and made their own story with their own characters. And mods are like they are the same game, they're using the same game with the same story and characters, they're just rebalancing things or doing what you said. So, okay. I want to play Fire Emblem hacks with different stories and different characters. I don't want to play the same game rebalanced, or I don't give a fuck about that. Maybe Melphis. A new turn-based Digimon RPG from Mediavision. Great, I'm such a fucking die-hard fan of Digimon that you just made my day with that comment, Kevin. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Have you played SMT9 on the original Xbox? No, I've never played that. It's fully in Japanese. Is it fan-translated, or at least half fan-translated? Can I play some of it in English? Because I would love to stream that game, you know, one of these days. Or play it at least, just to have an opinion. Maybe talk about it in a video or two. But if it's fully in Japanese, I'm not gonna get anywhere. It's like when Princess Crown wasn't fan-translated. I know it's been fan-translated and I haven't played it. I know it's a crime, me saying that, such a die-hard fan of George Kamitami. I will play it at some point, Princess Crown. But when Princess Crown wasn't fan-translated, it was like, what the fuck do I do? Where the fuck do I go? I couldn't get out of the castle. You know? So if SMT9 isn't at least remotely fan-translated in some areas, what's the point of playing it? I don't know Japanese. What are your thoughts of why do I get that question every stream? What are my thoughts on the rise of Chinese and Korean gaming industries? Why do I get that question, you know? I have no opinion on that. I don't care who rises in this world as long as it isn't woke. Which direction do you think the video game industry will be headed towards if the woke didn't exist? The same. The the same, gacha bullshit, free-to-play bullshit, open world, everybody ripping each other off, no originality, zero, the same. It would be the same, just without politics. A Fire Emblem hack where you play as the weak bandits trying to kill overpowered player characters? I don't know about that game. I played something kind of similar, but I don't think it's the same game. No, the one that I play is fucking different. Interesting. Do we have a comment about Konami during the PS1 era? Yeah, well, everybody knows Konami was a great company in the early 90s, All of those fucking games on NES, SNES, Genesis, oh my god, they were kings, Then the PS1 era came about and they were still kind of kings, Silent Hill is a perfect example. Metal Gear Solid, I'm not a fan of that game, but it was a massive success, so Konami was still badass during the PS1. It was about the PS2 era when it started going to hell. A lot of new people were hired, the intelligent people were fired, and they got into the pachinko business, and they focused way more on that, and their games slowly started going to hell. Don't take me wrong, there's still a lot of greatness on PS2 when it comes to Konami, but that's when it started going slowly to hell. And then PS3 era came about, and Konami became the worst fucking company in the world. So Konami during the PS1 era still had my respect a lot. They were still making a lot of great fucking games. Oh, so Shin Megami Tensei 9 has an English fan translation, but only on the neutral route. So if you fuck up and you unless you're using a guide, like I just beat Shin Megami Tensei 4 for the first time ever, several days ago. I'm about to talk about it in a video, but there's no way you can decide on your own which route to choose. I got locked into the neutral route, and I didn't even notice until I was on it, and I was like, what? Okay. So without a guide, so I'm assuming there's a guide so you don't fuck up and get to the non-neutral route, which isn't fan translated. That's a major fuck up. I don't know why they did that, but still, if an entire route is fan translated, then maybe I'll play it, I'll fucking look it up right now. I'm very interested. I know the game's kind of a black sheep, SMT9 English translation. Okay, so this is on GameFAQs, It's on pause, it isn't fully translated, I'll see what I can do with it, maybe I'll play it. Okay. Now speaking about Shin Megami Tensei, we're listening to the Hunter's Base theme. Okay, thanks for bringing these to my attention. I'll leave it open. I'm not gonna close the tab, to remember. Why don't you learn Japanese? Ooh, that's super hard, man. I'm 39 years old, man. I'm too old to learn things, to learn new tricks. Will you upload your Queen's Blade gameplay on YouTube? Yeah, on my second channel. Hopefully it won't be demonetized. I just uploaded the one yesterday with the space adventure. Remember that? It wasn't demonetized. Well, it's just showing. Well, I don't know why it wasn't demonetized, but it wasn't. Probably because it's my second channel. YouTube is like, oh my god, he's gonna get like 100 views, 200 views. Nobody fucking cares, So I think my Queen's Blade gameplay is gonna be fine. I'll upload it probably next week. Favorite princess character in JRPGs? Let me think. So Chrono Cross has no princesses other than Riddell. She's fine, but nah. Then the Valkyrie profile games. Are they any princesses? I don't remember a single one. Well, Alicia herself is a princess, right? Even though at the same time she isn't because she's been exiled. But she's still kind of a princess in my book, so Alicia, there you go. And then thinking of more, no. What about the Suikoden series? Any princesses in there? Oh no. Well, there's a brain. You know, I was just playing a Nintendo DS JRPG called Ash. Really hot princess. But I can't have an opinion, you know. Well, Princess Garnet, man. Every time I think of a princess in a JRPG, I fucking think of Garnet. She's one of my favorites. I love her. Anyway. Isn't Erika from Sacred Stones a princess? She is, right? Erika, Princess Erika from Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. Dude, there's a lot, actually. Enough for a top 50 or something. Fire Emblem Engage is fucking trash. Gemo gameplay. It's terrible. It's a disgrace to the series, man. Don't ever compare it to Three Houses again, please. Do you like how some games take influence from each other, like Bayonetta from Devil May Cry? Oh, sure. A lot of JRPGs are influence one another all the time, so yeah. Were you a fan of Tecmo games? Not some of them, yeah, like Ninja Gaiden, right? You know, some of them, yeah, I was a fan. Do you think there will be a Legend of Dragoon remake? Probably not, and if there is, forget about it, it's gonna be woke. Have you looked around a small team indie RPGs lately? No. Many live outside the social agendas, which is cool. Yeah, thankfully, there's a lot of indie developers that want nothing to do with social agendas and stuff like that, and they develop their games and they're fine, you know. I appreciate that. They're kind of hard to find. I can give you one that I played last year called Frontier Hunter. Fantastic Metroidvania action RPG. I fucking loved it, and it actually makes fun of social agendas, you know, it's fucking great. I made a top 10 indie RPGs last year, Hidden Gems, check it out. There's a couple of them that have some gay characters, you know, but they don't really feel like they're trying to make a point. I wouldn't call that a social agenda, you know. Except for one, Mato Anomalies. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know about that one, you know. But all the others, there's one in Banner of the Maid, but it's like classic character, androgynous character that's been there since fucking, you know, forever, you know. It's a meme already, and they make it a meme about that in the game, so it's fine. No social agendas, you know. But yeah. What favorite route do you usually go in Shin Megami Tensei games? Law, Chaos, or Neutral? I usually go for Neutral because it's considered as not 100% the canon ending, but it kind of feels like it, you know. So I usually go for that first. But depends on the game, you know. When I beat Apocalypse, I did the neutral ending. Devil Survivor, I did all of them. 1 and 2, I did a lot of them. But Nocturne, I've only beaten Nocturne once, and I got the teacher ending. I don't know which one is that. Is that the neutral ending? The teacher ending, you know. Yuko. Obviously, Asia. Obviously, they have. That's what they do to discredit me and to harm and hurt my reputation. That's what those people do. Oh, he's too rude. He's too negative. You know? Fucking losers. Haha, no, I'm not 33. I know I look 33. Man, thanks. I'm 39. It runs in the family. You should see my sister. She's 37 and looks fucking 25. Princess Peach from Mario Bros. RPG. Come on. Well, I like her. I like Princess Peach. Princess Freya. What was the name of the princess of the main character of Suikoden 5, Frasiador? What was her name? What, dude? Nobody likes that character. Nobody likes that character. Nobody. I don't like her. I hate her. But wait, okay. Wait a second. Near the end of the game, no spoilers, but okay. She's kind of like okay now in my book. It's kind of okay. She grows the fuck up, you know, a little bit. What was her what's her fucking name? God damn it, come on guys. I don't remember her name. I don't remember. Princess, oh god. I don't like her. No, that fucking character, man. Oh my god. She's the annoying little sister, man. Ooh. Lim Leia, right? Something like that, right? Lim Leia. Yeah, Lim. Little Lim. Let's call it Lim. That's Lim, yeah. Ah, that fucking character, man. Do you like collecting video game toys? No, not really. Capcom is garbage, man. Fucking trash company. Nobody likes Alisa from Cold Steel. I like her. Oh, you mean her personality? Because physically speaking, you know, I mean, what's not to like? But yeah, her personality, yeah, she's kind of an unlikable character. If the internet says they don't like her, I kind of agree, you know. She's one of my least favorite characters in the Cold Steel arc. I mean, yeah. She was never in my party, unless mandatory missions. You know, I always removed her from my party. I prefer Sharon, her assistant. Oh boy. I'm a fucking big Sharon fan, man. Well, Lisa's fine. I don't hate her, you know, but I don't. She's one of my least favorite characters. I've never read a book by Roberto Bolaño. I've read Gabriel Garcia Marquez books and they bore me to pieces, man. I'm not a fan. That's right, Smiling Dog. Everything from Capcom is trash. Trash. I think I have a little bit more respect for Square Enix than Capcom. Shit. Somebody clip that. You don't like archers in turn-based games? I love archers in strategy games, in strategy RPGs. In turn-based, you're right. I'm not a big fan either, unless that archer is a badass, you know, one of the best characters. And I honestly can't think of one right now. There's gotta be one, you know, but I can't. I also don't like them in action RPGs. Unless they're in my party and they're being controlled by the AI, you know, that's fine. But for example, in the Tales series, archers, no, there aren't that many, you know. There was that girl from Tales of the Abyss. She was an archer, right? She's an archer, right? The girl from Tales of the Abyss. Isn't she like royalty or a noble or something? I don't remember that much. But she was alright. She wasn't like I removed her from my party, you know. Chester, same. Chester wasn't Natalie. Thanks. Chester, no. My final party in Tales of Fantasia was Kless, Clark, Mint, and Archie. I remember training Susu, but she wasn't being that useful, you know. I don't know why I found the mages more useful. Because I was doing all the aggro and melee attacks with Chester. I mean, fuck Kless, you know. But Chester, no. I think archers in a lot of JRPGs, I mean, yeah, I mean, they can be amazing for you guys, you know, but I always find them kind of useless. In action RPGs or in some turn-based RPGs. Strategy RPGs, I love them, you know. Especially Fire Emblem, I always break them. Favorite archer JRPG? Fire Emblem, man, anybody. There's a lot of them. You know who's one of my favorites is this, remember Pent? Pent and Louise? I think they are from Pent and Louise. Louise is a phenomenal archer. She's so broken, man. Louise. You can break, the fucking girl, the shy, scary cat girl, what's her name, Bernadette, with Three Houses. Train her as an archer, and she's fucking broken as fuck. Yeah. Those are some of my favorite archers. The girl from Eternal Sonata. Ooh. That's a turn-based RPG where the archer is OP. One of the very few exceptions, What was her name? The archer in Eternal Sonata. Well, you can break the fucking game with that character, man. I usually don't use her because then it starts getting easy, the game, I use the other characters. There's a lot of archers in Valkyrie Profile 1 and 2. Silmeria, it's great. Silmeria, actually not that great. Silmeria herself is not that great for an archer. All the other girls, most of the other girls with Pulverizing Storm, they're better, but they aren't that useful, Rufus is a good archer. Rufus is still the best archer in Valkyrie Profile 2. The best one. She's still the best, The best archer. But, yeah, Rufus is another one that's kind of worth keeping in your party as an archer in a turn-based game. Like I said, there's a lot of them. Have you read any novels based on video games? Yeah, I have. You can't see it because it's there. It's Lacrimosa of Dana. I didn't finish it though. It was like I felt like I was reading the same fucking thing, I'd rather play the game, but I have that, but other than that, not really. Do you think Japan or America will be the ones to drop the MMO that brings the world together? These generations, wow. No. Especially not America, man. What kind of question is that, Misha? The world hates each other nowadays. And there's nothing companies can do because all they do is keep adding stuff to divide people even more. What kind of question is that? I don't give a flying fuck about Street Fighter, so I don't know 10 bones. Fuck that body A, body B. That's fucking horseshit. Shanna from Legion of Dragoon? No. In my opinion, she's one of the worst characters in the game. Are Ayn Harrier stories better in Valkyrie Profile 1 and in 2? Yes, because in Valkyrie 2, you don't get the stories, you just read them in their profile, which are very well written, and they're very worth reading, But in the whole point of Valkyrie Profile, the first one, is that every Ayn Harrier has practically their own chapter, so much better in the first one. Thanks, Mystery Kid. Shanna was ass? She wasn't ass, but she's kind of assy, Yes. Rosa, she can be used as an archer? Rosa is an archer? Was she? Rose is better. Yeah, of course she is. In all sense of the word. Rose is one of the sexiest characters. I shouldn't make that fucking video, It's gonna be demonetized. You're gonna be like, oh, Eric Lennon is a sexist pig. He made a video about waifus. Archers can be overpowered in Octopath Traveler. Okay. I never really tried that, I think Octopath Traveler is a game where you can overpower any character you want. I don't think it's designed so a specific job is like OP, Octopath Traveler is all about training how to use and exploit enemies. I mean, all enemies are weak. There's a lot of enemies that are weak to bow and arrows, and others are not. So there's no way an archer can be overpowered against an enemy that's resistant or immune to bows. So your argument is invalid, man. Bad example. Yeah. Bad example, man. It's just not really. Yukari's a bad archer, but a good healer. Yeah, yeah. I'm not really a fan of Yukari as a unit. She's sexy and whatever, you know, but nah. My party in Persona 3 is always Mitsuru, Aigis, and the dog. There was this one occasion where I put Akihiko instead of the dog. You know? What was it? The Koromaru. Yeah, the dog. That's always my party in Persona 3. Favorite thief in a JRPG? Man. So there's a lot. There was this one thief in Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. You class him up to an assassin and he's Volke? Was it Volk? No, wait a second, no. I don't remember his name. But he's a badass motherfucking thief, man. Zidane? Oh, Zidane, with when he gets the, what was it called? The, fucking, when he goes overpowered, you know that? What's the name of that feature in Final Fantasy IX? I just made an episode on that. Well, that was like 2 months ago. Trance, thanks. Oh, yeah, super strong. The trance, that. Zidane. Locke from Final Fantasy VI? I remember that, Asia. Yeah, they were over the top, to say the least. Oh, I forgot about that, Rose. I haven't played Final Fantasy IV in a million years. I didn't remember that Rosa had the ability to use bows and arc and arrows and shit, you know? It's great, interesting. Yeah, the best thieves in JRPGs, huh? Who's Momo? Yeah, I agree with that, Fox. Final Fantasy 15 was like, eh. It isn't Final Fantasy. The combat was okay, it was good, you know. The graphics maybe. But everything, the story, the characters were like, nah. That game exists. It exists. Discussion Gamer? What about Discussion Gamer? Red Miller, are you a fan? Thanks for being a fan of my channel in Spanish. Do you like stealth games like Dishonored or Splinter Cell? No, I like A Plague Tale though, a lot. Both games. Big fan. But Metal Gear, Splinter Cell, Tenchu, Dishonored, no, not really. Come on, the car was the worst fucking character in Final... The car ruins it! What was up with that? In Final Fantasy... That fucking game's not Final Fantasy, man. That's just Tetsuya Nomura. That's a Tetsuya Nomura game, man. And don't think because I'm a fan of A Plague Tale, I can finally get into Metal Gear. No, I don't think I can. I just like... Maybe I love A Plague Tale because the whole point of the games are... There's many different gameplay mechanics. It's not just stealth, you know? But it's a big thing in the game. In the games. Thank you, Ark Neil. Nanami or Ayla? Who's Ayla? Leon or Marisa? And why? Leon is from fucking Eiyuden Chronicle, right? Marisa? Who's Marisa? Who's Ayla? Ayla from Chrono Trigger? What? Final Fantasy 16 is just as bad, man. It's fucking trash. They're all trash. You guys rocking that music from Crystalis? 8-beat metal. It's fantastic, isn't it? Let's turn that up. Well, it's almost at its end. You would love a JRPG that feels somewhat like Dante's Inferno. Yeah, I don't... Closest I can think of... A JRPG like Dante's Inferno? Like super dark and bloody and, you know... Maybe Drakengard 3? The Drakengard trilogy is kind of like that. The first one is very much like that, but it's a bit bad. I will probably... Well, what about Code Vein? Kinda, maybe? You know? I'm pretty sure there's gotta be a few Western RPGs that are like super bloody and hardcore and over the top, you know, action, you know, hack and slash. Like that kind of like Dante's Inferno. But when it comes to JRPGs, closest I can think of is Drakengard and Code Vein. Hack and slash, you know, and blood, darkness, you know. But I don't know. That's a good idea, actually. We need a JRPG like that. I agree with that. A JRPG inspired by Dante's Inferno, and like super edgy and I don't know, something like that, you know. I will play the fuck out of that. I have Dante's Inferno on the PS3. I beat it. I loved it. Great fucking game. Sorcery Saga? That's a roguelike RPG. One of those, you know, randomly generated dungeons. You move the enemy moves, you know. It's fucking stupid. It's one of the stupidest fucking games I've played. Sorcery Saga. I think it's on PS Vita. I played it on the Vita, I think. I covered that game like maybe in one video or two, and no. No. It's not bad, but no. Don't play it. Oh, Ayla from Suikoden 3. The Archer Girl. Okay, Ayla. That Ayla. Okay. She's an edge lady. Marisa Ayuden. Oh, wait, who? Oh, Marisa from Ayuden Chronicle. Yeah, she's okay. She's a great healer. Other than that, she's not great. I only kept her in my final party because you need to train her for the duel, you know? That's all I'm gonna say. But she's not one of the best characters in the Ayuden Chronicle. The Darksiders series? What about them? They aren't RPGs. They're similar to Dante's Inferno. They're dark and edgy and stuff, bloody, you know, but they aren't RPGs, are they? I only played the first one on the PlayStation 3 a long time ago, and I couldn't get into its battle mechanics, you know. I mean, it's good. Don't take me wrong. It's a good game, you know. And then there was another one, the PlayStation 4 with a girl. That was also kind of like cool, you know, but I don't fucking know. I never became a fan. Steiner is OP. Yeah, he is. If you've trained well, with the right skills and the right equipment, he's OP. Steiner is always in my party, actually. I've beaten Final Fantasy IX 4 times, I believe. Steiner wasn't my final party. Garnet also there because of the summons. She's a great healer and also the summons, you know. Zidane was also there. Super powerful, super OP if you train him well. And my Vivi's always been there too, but I prefer Freya. Thank you, Shinji. For some reason, you couldn't do a super chat for me? Okay, that's interesting. Maybe there were some problems with your card. Or YouTube's fucking stupid sometimes. Maybe they know you're trying to support this channel. And like, no. The glitched gremlin got into YouTube. The woke gremlin, you know, to prevent your super chat from reaching me. But it went through this time around, man. Thanks. Oh, there's a hack of Final Fantasy IX and they fixed the slow battle transitions. That's interesting. How do you research hidden gems for your top hidden gems videos? At this point in my career, I don't have to do a lot of research because I know a crap ton, already of all the fucking videos that I do. But back then, it used to be like just checking out lists on the internet, preferably on like places like GameFAQs, stuff like that, And I don't know, I just came across them, man. Maybe I'm some kind of hidden gem magnet. They come naturally to me. But it's everywhere, Sometimes you guys can bring them up. You're like, hey, have you played this game? And I'm like, no, I don't know. What's that game? Oh, it's like this and that. And I check it out, and what do you know? 2 weeks later, it's there in the top 10 reviewed, or a month later, So that's what I do. Oh, also, well, I guess it helped a lot when I had the store. I came across, maybe not that many, but some, JRPGs that I didn't know about. And I got them, and I played them, and I was like, oh, I didn't know about this game, this is pretty good. That's what happened to me with Onimusha Tactics, for example. I remember these guys showed up at my store and sold me a copy of that game, and he was like, I didn't like this game. It's not a hack and slash game, it's a fucking strategy game. And I was like, what? And I got the cartridge, and I looked it up, and I saw some gameplay, and I was like, this is a strategy RPG, Onimusha strategy JRPG, what the fuck, and that. But yeah, looking up on the internet, it's just, I don't know, I come across them, Do you remember when parents thought video games were the devil? Oh yeah, I come from that era. Anybody that grew up in the 90s, any fucking gamer who grew up in the 90s, and was playing video games during the 90s, we know about that. Video games are bad, they're the work of the devil. Video games aren't for girls, they're only for boys, bullshit like that. I come from the 90s. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, everybody. Do you think you'll do a full playthrough of Legaia 2 now that you're into it? Maybe, I'll give it a second chance, definitely, Right now it's still in the backlog, like a gazillion other JRPGs that I've been playing lately. Right now I'm still playing Dragon Force, I beat Shin Megami Tensei 4, and now Dragon Force. So yeah. What store? I had a Retro Store Assassin many years ago. So yeah, maybe it is a possibility, Brian. You're welcome, Foxdie. What ending did I get in SMT4? Oh no. You're gonna have to wait for the video. Coming soon in a couple of days. Maybe. What if I change my mind and I do something else in a couple of days? I don't know. I'll talk about it soon. What the fuck are we listening to? What's this? Monster World 3? I added a lot of songs today. They're all like, what? I didn't even know I have that in my computer. No, I don't have a Retro Store. But I did have a Retro Store at some point. I showed it before in a Q&A. Oh, what? Wait. Fuck. Can't find it. But I showed it before in a live stream, See if I can find it here. No. There's a picture of me in the store, but you can barely see the store. There's that. I love this fucking song. So there's that, but you can barely see anything. It was just a smile kiosk. I look so fucking young in there. with no goatee. You know? So there's that. Let me find the other one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Wow, this one is super small. If I stretch it, it's gonna be pixelated, you know, but you can see it here. That was my store a long time ago. This was 2013, 2014, you know, probably. You can see a lot of Xbox 360 games and PS3 games in there. My small red laptop, some controllers. PS3 controllers, I think. Yeah. This is a Super Nintendo game there, if you can see it. There's a Nintendo 64 controller. So that's my store. When you had the store, what Holy Grail RPGs did you have for sale? And how much did you have them for? I had a lot. I remember having some Dreamcast games. Some, man, it's been a while. I had Conker's Bad Fur Day on the 64. Just the card though. And I remember selling it for like $50. And like more, like 70? Like $65, somewhere around that. But that was like 10 years ago. I know the game goes for much more nowadays. I did have some Saturn games, you know, but not really. But when it comes to like Holy Grail RPGs for sale, oh man. It's just most of them I kept for my collection, you know. Didn't sell them. I'm like, oh, a copy of Xenosaga 3. Yeah, this goes in my collection, not for sale. I had Valkyrie Profile. That I remember. I had a copy of Valkyrie an extra copy, because I already had mine, and I got another one, you know, for sale. But I don't think it made it to my store, because I posted it online, and it sold like immediately. I don't think I ever put that on the store, on the actual store, you know, on display, you know. I never did that. So I sold it. Some games I sold them online, because as soon as I got them, you know, I offered them to some people that I knew. They were great customers, you know. So they were never displayed. You know, I had Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast, which I ended up selling for like, what was it, like $60, $70? It was going for $70 back in the day, you know. Before the store, I had an extra copy of Path of Radiance, but I sold it for like $30 because it was going for $30 back then, you know. Yeah, most of the Holy Grail JRPGs I kept for my collection, you know. A 16-year-old, huh? Damn. Wow, there's a huge delay, man. Everything I'm saying, you are getting it like 30 seconds later. Literally, it's been like 2 minutes since I removed the pictures. Are they still there? Yeah, they aren't there. They are removed. What the fuck? Fuck YouTube. Do you like Skinny Puppy or KMFDM? A couple of tracks. Skinny Puppy, my favorite song is called Warlock. I also like MT a lot. You know, KMFDM, same. It's just I like a couple of songs, but I'm not really a big fan. Do you like RTS games? Some of them I like. I'm a big fan of Grimoire. That's a real-time strategy game. I'm a big fan of Grow Lancer, but those are more RPGs than merely RTS games, you know. If it's an RPG, you know, I like it. Wish you could have a music movie episode. That would be great, you know, but I will have like 10 people watching. Maybe one day. Super chats could convince me, you know, to dedicate a long time ago I made it wasn't an entire episode dedicated to music, but I played the guitar, and that was like an entire hour, you know, of me playing the guitar, and it wasn't that long ago. That was last year. That was like a few months ago. I play a lot of covers. People were sending super chats, you know, for me to play a specific song by several bands, Nine Inch Nails, Deftones, you know. And then I remember a long time ago I did an episode of mine. It wasn't an episode, but like an entire hour of the Q&A was me showing my music CD collection, which you can see down there, you know. I showed all of my CDs collection, you know. Oh, you remember that, huh? Yeah, some of you were there. Have you thought of upgrading your TV to a 4K one? Nah, I don't see the point. It's not that big of a deal for me. Favorite game controller design? Design. Not... Because there's a big difference, you know. I like a lot of controllers, how they look, but then you play them and they're like not great, you know. So what exactly are you trying to ask here? Do you ever feel like getting into JRPG figure collecting? Nah. I want a huge statue like my size of some of the characters, you know? But no. They go for thousands of dollars. Did you guys see? I bet you probably didn't because it didn't make a lot of noise. But so in last year in a gaming show, someone was selling a huge statue, human size of 2B of Nier Automata. And it became kind of like a meme, but then it died out quickly. But because the seller wanted like $5,000 or something for the statue. It was fucking insane. But you mean the small ones, right? I have one of Quistis from Final Fantasy VIII that I bought for like $5 a long time ago. Not really into collecting figures. Did you ever get into POD, new metal band? No. Playable Undead, right? Those guys with the Alive song? I feel so alive! Those guys? Good song though, but no, not really. I like a lot of new metal bands, but not that one. Oh, you were the one who asked for the CD collection. Well, you got your... The clip is there on my second channel. You can answer both design and functionality. In terms of design, I'll admit that the Dreamcast controller looks badass, but in terms of functionality, it's fucking trash. I guess I'm gonna have to go with the PS4 controller. It's still my favorite, you know. In terms both of design and functionality. The PS4 controller, god tier controller, man. Love it. You're fine with your Cosmos body pillow? Okay. Over 100 viewers? What? Oh yeah, I've seen that. What do you mean I'm coming back? I guess it depends on the stream, you know. Sometimes I have like 80 something or 90 something, you know, but this is the usual number. Yeah. Half of the viewers are like haters waiting for me to say something that they can use against me. Oh, he said something on Reddit, you know. Eric said this. The Xbox controller. Oh boy, that's a great one. Yeah, Xbox 360 controller. Let's clarify that. The Xbox One controller is also pretty decent. GameCube controller, great as well. The haters are the ones getting the memberships. Nah, there's a lot of lurkers that get memberships. And that guy isn't here today. Gustavo, yeah, or Vitamax. Those guys aren't here today. They already helped a lot. But there's barely any super chats today. You know, I kind of feel like I gotta go. Because there's no... Wait. I haven't... You guys are gonna kill me. I know I made promises, but you know, I fulfill my promises at some point, but, you know, but I haven't tried the Xbox 360 emulator or the PS3 one. Sorry. It's just I'm still fascinated with RetroArch, you know, and I'm still playing a crap ton of games on my current emulators. I know I can make the 360 work, maybe the PS3 one as well, but I haven't tried that. You know, I will be patient. I will. I promise. I'm a man of my word. I'm not living. Are you going to get back to starting streams at 1 p.m. Eastern? Well, it's just the problem here in Mexico is that we no longer have the time savings season, you know, that a lot of other countries, we used to have that, you know, but several years ago, the last president removed it. And since we nowadays have a president from the same party, which are fucking communists, you know, they removed that as well. So my streams are going to, for me, they're gonna be the same, you know. 12 p.m. Central Time. Today I started like 15 minutes earlier. Not really that unusual. But I'm gonna continue being 12 p.m. Central Time. I don't know if my 12 p.m. Central Time is the same. Okay, let's put it this way. Right now, for me, it's 1:28 p.m. And I've been streaming for 1 hour and 40 minutes, you know, so... You make the conversion. Oh, we didn't get to see Joachim in Shadow Hearts Covenant. Who cares? We got to see Karen at 1080p fighting sexy at 60 frames per second, man. We got to see that. That should be enough. I think the stream got like 3,000 views. That was great. Usually my streams get like 1,500 and between 1,500 and 2,500 views, you know? And I get like $4. This is why I don't like streaming on YouTube, you know, there's just... Oh, for you it's 3:30 a.m. on Monday? Where are you from? 3:30 a.m.? Are you from like Japan? Or Philippines? During the first 15 minutes, Rosland, I unboxed this thing. You didn't miss much. Oh, you bought Seven Shadows, man. And that's better. Nothing can beat someone buying my books. That's the best thing you can do. Buy my books. But don't just buy them, you know. Read them. I don't like it when people buy my books and I'm doing this to support you. Great! I barely make any money out of my books. I want you to read them. Even if you fucking hate them and Eric, I read your book and it fucking sucks, but you read it. You know, you read the book. Ooh. Shadow Hearts Covenant is one of the best PS2 JRPGs. Top 10? Not for me. Well, actually, top 12. What are my 10 favorite PS2? I have a picture of that. Let me see if I can find it though. Oh my god, it's gonna show everything under the... No, never mind. No. No. Can't find it. Maybe if I... Let me just see it here. No, this is $20. Can't find... I had a picture of my 10 favorite PS2 JRPGs. Can't find it. Well, I think if you go and watch my video, you know which are my favorites. But I don't know if Covenant will be there. But it's definitely top 15. Are you going to translate more of your books? Yes. I was working last year on Prelude to Oblivion, but I abandoned that like 7 months ago, I don't remember. But yeah, only 2 of your books show up in Amazon in English. Brian, you're in Canada, right? It varies between regions, you know, Amazon is always fucking up like that. Which are the books? Can you tell me which ones? Because there's always an error, you know. Apparently they go out of stock. Are you in the US? Apparently they go out of stock sometimes for no reason. And then I gotta like change the price to make them appear again on stock. It's a glitch. And we as authors all over the world have been bitching to Amazon about that for years, and they don't give a fuck. They don't fix it. I don't know why. Probably because no one's buying them. So what are the books that show up to you? Favorite PS4 JRPG? It can't be ports, remasters, or released on previous generations. I have a video on that. I don't think anything has changed. Have you done any favorite top 10 non-JRPG videos? Video game videos? I have one. It's not a top 10, but it's called my favorite non-RPG game on every console. Something like that. Yeah, I've done videos on that. A couple of those. A polygamy? Ring can have a polygamy? What? Okay. Nick's Inferno also shows up. Thanks. You see 3. Reaper's Thorn, 7 Shadows, and the Revenant Army. Okay, you don't see Terra Gaiden? Seriously? The Wild Arms 5 battle theme. That's right. None of your books are showing up in Canada. Fucking piece of shit of a website, man. I fucking hate it. Well, are you guys gonna buy them? Or why? I can fix them right now, but it's gonna take me like 10 minutes, so I'm gonna fix these later. I don't know, man. It's bad like that. What's my favorite PS4 JRPG? Wait a second. It can't be remasters or remix or anything, right? Has to be a game specifically developed for the PlayStation 4 generation. So that means it can't be Is 8 because it was originally developed for the PlayStation Vita, and the PS4 version is basically a port. Can't be that. It can't be Tales of Berseria because, you know, it was originally released on the PlayStation 3. The PS4 version is a port. I bet a lot of you didn't know that. Wait a second. What am I doing? I can just go to my blog. Let's visit my own blog in the RPG scores section. What's my highest ranked PS4 JRPG? That's not a remake or remaster. Because highest ranked is Chrono Cross, you know. And then Odin Sphere, no, Neo Replicant, Valkyria Chronicles, Trails into Reverie, huh? And then Triangle Strategy, but that's not on PS4. Shin Megami Tensei 5, not on PS4. Trails of Cold Steel 4 is there. This is a remaster. Infinite Wealth, well, that could work too. Octopath Traveler 2. So the highest ranked JRPG that was developed for this generation and it's on PS4, that will be Trails into Reverie, according to my blog. Link to my blog in the description. Some link to some of my reviews have been added there. So if you go there, you can click on them and you'll watch the review. Did you think Granblue Fantasy Relink was a masterpiece? No. It's there in my blog, dude. And I have a review of that, so watch that. So apparently my books are available in the US, no problem, but not in Canada. I don't have any audibles. Have you only done 5 of them in English? Terra Gaiden and the Reaper's Thorn were written in English, not translated. They were written in English. Oh, the Revenant Army, that's a translation. Nyx Inferno, also a translation. Seven Shadows, also a translation. But yeah, there's basically only 5 in English, you know. There's a couple, there's like 3 more that are waiting for me to translate them. I'll get to them eventually. Okay, I'll do that. Eclipse. Oh, you were typing Langdon for some reason, probably because of the character from the movie. What the fucking name is it? Tom Hanks movie? Whatever. Eric Landon. I never say Langdon. I say Landon. Eric Landon. Landon. All 5 books are there. Great. Buy them. I personally recommend, if you are into JRPGs, I personally recommend Terra Gaiden or the Revenant Army. If you're into bizarre, super hardcore, edgy, dark horror stories, psychological horror, Nyx Inferno and Reaper's Thorn. Yeah, working the signs, translating my books. Yes, sure. Morgana Code does not have an English version, unfortunately. But I will get to it. The Reaper's Thorn is 17 Canadian dollars? Fucking Amazon. I can't do anything, man. You know how much I get for my books? I get like $2. For every fucking book that I sell, like $2. To maybe $3 if I'm lucky. Wow. $17.81. $12.99. Jesus. And the price is different depending on your country, you know. That's Amazon, man. That's not me. It is too hooked. If you get too hooked. Did you read video game magazines when you were younger? Not that many, you know. I did got some Nintendo Power magazines, you know, and stuff like that, but it was rare. I wasn't that really into magazines, but I had some, you know. I read them every now and then. My books are also available in Brazil. I'm gonna try one. Great. It's great. Try. Okay, Reaper's Thorn is $12.99. That's Amazon for you. I think the prices are that high because, trust me, it costs a lot of money to print just one book. And that's what Amazon does. You buy one book, they have to print only that one copy, you know, and send it to you. And that costs a lot of money, so I'm not surprised it's that expensive, you know. Digital versions of my books are all $3. They should be $3. All of them. $3. Doesn't matter the book. They're all $3. Because that's the minimum amount you can put on Amazon. Amazon forces you to put only $3. If you see less than that for other authors, it's because they're losing money. Or because they have some kind of sale that I don't know about, you know. But $3 is the minimum. They print, no matter the book, a minimum of 1,000 copies. Really? I don't think so. Why will they print 1,000 copies of my books? Seven Shadows was $5.99? Yeah, I actually have it set up for that on Amazon. Amazon lets me choose how much money in US dollars, and then it makes the conversion to whatever, you know. And then it also taxes and shipping, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, if I buy my own books here in Mexico, they cost way more than that. Because fucking taxes. Is this Final Fantasy or Parasite Eve? Oh, I don't know. It says right here, Parasite Eve OST Arise Within You. It's probably not Final Fantasy, dude. How much do you get for the digital book sale? $1. No, wait, actually, I think I get like 2. I don't know. It's just Amazon, YouTube. They steal a lot of money, man. They always show up and approximate. They never tell you, no, you're getting exactly $2.64 for every... No. They're like, oh, you will get an approximate of $2. That's what they do. That's what these fucking companies do. So they steal a lot of money. You seen one book I sold for $400? That's crazy, man. That's not me. That's probably some fucking useless scalper buying my books on Amazon and reselling them for crazy prices on eBay. I've seen the same. I once... Oh, you were trolling? Well, you were trolling, but it's true, man. I once saw a couple of my books being sold for like $100 on eBay, and I reported them. But I don't know if they remove them, you know. It's what's my most sold book? I think it's Terra Gaiden. But that's only because Terra Gaiden has been there on Amazon for 7-8 years, I believe. And all the others have been there for like 5 or 6 years. But yeah, Terra Gaiden is my best seller on Amazon. Because here in Mexico, my best-selling book was Nick's Inferno. I sold a lot of copies of that. Seven Shadows also sold a lot. Because when I was going into the to anime shows, a lot of teenagers buy that book. They're like, I mean, oh, it's the girl, you know, the beautiful girl, you know, getting revenge on everybody who hurt her, you know, and that's, yeah. So that Seven Shadows sold a lot. They kind of identify with a book like that, you know, everybody's pissed off at school. Who doesn't want to read a book like that when you're in high school, you know? You hate everybody, and everybody hates you. So you want to kill everybody. And she's not a high school student, you know, she's a fucking adult, my character. But it was a bestseller amongst teenagers and young adults. People my age don't buy... You're my age? You guys are around my age, buy The Reaper's Thorn. It's the best fucking book, man. You get a piddly allowance for the work you did. That's right, Brian. Basically, that's the internet nowadays. Because they do that because everybody's an artist nowadays. Have you ever considered publishing your books through a regular publisher? Yeah, I did, but I did send, for example, The Reaper's Thorn to some publishers some years ago. Great song, right? I mean, when you first listen to it, you're like, what? But it grows on you if you play the shit out of the cabaret minigame. It sounds in the background. It sounds in the background when you're interviewing the girls. Fucking great. It's a good song. Anyway, so what was I saying? I don't fucking know, man. So a couple of publishers rejected my book, The Reaper's Thorn. That's weird, Anthony. I don't know why that's showing up to you. Nick's Inferno, it should have a mature rating. I remember Amazon forced me to put it under adults only, Nick's Inferno, because it is an adults only book. If you're fucking 14, don't read that book. You will anyway. If you make audiobooks, do you think it'll sell better? Nah, I have an accent, man. I know a lot of you don't mind my accent, and some of you actually like it, but trust me, most people don't. They don't want some guy with an accent reading books, you know. No. Friday night for Yakuza. Buy my books, people. And if you do, hope you enjoy them. Digital, physical. They're all great and they're all very different. Maybe you'll be like, the same guy wrote these 2 books? I don't know. If you enjoy my books, let me know. If you hate them, let me know. That's just you, Rosalind. Power Stone, huh? Well, that's great. Alright guys, that's it for the Q&A. I'm leaving. Thanks a lot for watching and hanging out. And take care, have a great week. Buy my books. Link to my books in the description.